I was going to ask you, what about that? Like that whole trip, right? I mean, that's got to be a trip. You've just been told that you have stage 3 cancer. What about your time in the being a pilot, tactical pilot? What about that helped you deal with that situation?
Well, so we learned very early on to compartmentalize. There are things that are on the ground that you don't want to take up with you up in the air. So we spend a lot of time mission planning, we spend a lot of time training. And, training oftentimes for most of us is more stressful than deployment. You go in deployment, you got your battle rhythm, whatever the mission is. We've trained for so much worse. So I felt in a way that ability to compartmentalize was really, really played a role in whatever it is that I was doing. So if I was, for 2 weeks, I knew I had a very large aggressive tumor. And there was information I was getting that, these are types of tumors that are often stage 4, once it spreads, once it gets out of that localized region and gets in your lymph nodes and spreads, like your odds of survival, plummet significantly.
Right. Turns into other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So just one example, like, taking my boys to a Yankee game for their birthday, my middle son's birthday. And, it's like, it just, it was starting to bug me. And I was like, I just need to compartmentalize. Right. I was like, I'm sort of just taken back to like when I had issues on the ground, they didn't come with me up in the cockpit. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be more present and enjoy this game. And I just worked hard to and when those thoughts kind of popped in, like, nope, push that out of the way right now and be present and have a good time with my boys. And it was great. We had an awesome time. And that's a moment I look back on and realize, like, you can have a lot of bullshit going on, and it's not that you're ignoring it. It's there. It's always going to be there, but you don't need, there are certain times in your life where you don't need to just constantly focus on that and have it bring you down. It's just being more present. It's very simple. Just be more present. And I took that experience and and applied that, later on when other things popped up.
So that's part of training, that they teach you how to do that, or is that just something you develop just by living the life?
Yeah, we have all kind of operational risk management, crew resource management. We have these different trainings that we go through, and it is, and then early on, even in like the, early, flight school, where they're, talking about, we've got stresses at home. We need you to be here. It's like, be present, right? We need you to focus on the mission, whatever you've spent hours studying for. If your head's not in it, like, you're probably going to crash into another plane. When things happen, they happen rapidly. And we call it like the holes in the Swiss cheese start lining up. And that's usually when the early signs of a mishap. So you have to be on your A game, and that ability to compartmentalize plays a major role in that.
That's got to be huge in personally dealing with getting news like that, or just kind of navigating life after getting news that you have cancer, to be able to be present for your family, like you're talking about. Like, yeah, I mean, I can see where it could freeze you. You could just get sort of stuck in that spiral, that thought process, and there you go. You just kind of waste the rest of the time you have.
Yeah, that's that downward spiral that we call the death spiral, or it's like, the flat spin they were in Top Gun, where Goose didn't survive. It's like,
yeah, I remember that.
You got to recognize those things, and there's control inputs. There's a way to react that will keep you in that spiral, and there's a way to react to get you out of it. And it's recognizing, that situation, whatever it may be, and applying the proper controls to get you out of it and survive.